afternoon, beautiful people. So this is a video that I wasn't too sure I even wanted to make, but I really want y'all's opinion of what you are about to hear. So first question is, what do you think it's going to do for the price of silver? Go to 50, go to 100, go to 200? Well, let's walk down memory lane real quick. This right here was the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. They came, I guess you had to turn in your gold and not your silver, sorry. You had to turn in your gold, otherwise there was a penalty for you doing that. And they gave you money for your gold, but it was less than the amount that the spot price at that time. Okay, so when they accumulated all the gold, they revalued the gold to a higher price, and so that's just what happened. So I know we're talking about silver. Well, how about these two gentlemen here? These are the Hunt brothers. They manipulated the silver market, and they got the price to run up to roughly $50. Now, that was manipulation. They bought up as much silver as they could, and they tried to manipulate the market and run the price higher. Well, people didn't like that, so that's why they got in trouble. So the next thing we're going to look at is, this is what happened with the Hunt brothers back here. And it says 1980, it got up to $49.45. This was a manipulation. And so what happened? I wasn't around buying, I was around, but I wasn't buying silver way back then. But what if you got the hype and said, oh my goodness, it's gonna go higher, and you bought in at $49.45, and then boom, it drops all the way down. Sorry, had to get a drink of water there. And so it drops all the way down, it comes up and goes down. You see how silver is reacting. There's a whole bunch of ups and downs all over the place. We got over here to this area, and that was 48 something here. It probably ain't gonna ever stay. $48 right in there. And then it dropped back down, and now it has skyrocketed. And by this chart, it's showing $93. And on the top up here, it's saying it's $93. Okay. So what do we have here? We have what in the stock market we would call this a cup and a handle. Well, a cup and a handle is a very bullish indicator. And so what has happened? We have gone way sky high. So why have we gone sky high is the question, and what we need to possibly think about here. Remember, the first picture I showed you was the government's confiscating everybody's gold. Well, we all know about our banking system. They are out to get their money first, and the humans, or us people out here, don't get nothing in return. So the banking system has produced paper silver. Whole bunch of paper silver. Whole bunch of, I'm talking a bunch of it. So much so that they didn't have the silver to back it up. So the people who are holding the paper say, hey, I want to go ahead and cash out now. I want mine all in silver. Well, the bank's going like, we don't have any silver. It's someplace else. Anyhow, that's just my little quick, simple rendition of what happened. And so the market had been manipulated, not by two brothers this time. It was manipulated by somebody else, big groups of people. And they kind of got caught, didn't they? And the price of silver is going where the price of silver wants to go. Anywhere, up, straight up. If it wants to go straight up, there's no stopping silver from going up. And what's the problem? Well, it's the banks. The banks need silver. They need silver. And we don't want our economy to go down because the banks need your silver. I'm just thinking, is like, is this going to be what it comes down to? Is where they confiscate our silvers to save the banks? I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so. But it's always on the table, isn't it? So, where do we think it's going? Do we think it's going to go to 200? Because there's no stopping it. It was in the perfect bull pattern of the cup and handle. Is it going to get to the 100? We're sitting there right now. I have been following silver for a very long time. And I'm going to tell you one thing that scared me to death. When I bought my first 100-ounce silver bar for $1,200, that scared me. Well, why did it scare you, Mark? You made a good deal. Yeah, that's what we know today. But back then, I didn't know if it was going up or down. And so I just started buying it and holding it and growing it. So if it's $100, is that going to scare you when it gets to 200? Is it going to scare you when it drops to 50? I figured out the other day that I went from $100 an ounce all the way up to $200 an ounce. And every time it went up to $10, I would buy another ounce. So it was 110, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, all the way up to 200. The total amount spent was $1,650, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So then I did the scenario where it drops down to actually $40 on my little charting calculation thing. And I said, okay, so I have 11 ounces. I don't have enough fingers to make 11. I have 11 ounces that I paid $1,650 for, and it's dropped down to 40. Well, what if I go ahead and buy 100 ounces now? Do you know that your average out of all 111 ounces that you bought would equal $50? So the price when this $50 came around was $40. So you're still lacking from the 50 to the 40. But it sure makes you sleep better at night, don't it? And then if it goes back up to 50, 60, 70, 100, whatever, you're going to be even happier, right? So my thing is, keep on stacking. Keep on buying it. I think it's going to personally go here because I see a silver shortage, and that's what happens in supply and demand. The demand is high and the supply is low. There's not enough silver out there. And so the whole thing is whatever is out there is going to become more valuable. My opinion only. This is not a financial advice, and I never tell anybody what to do. Anyhow, I love all of y'all. Y'all have a great day and blessed, and keep on stacking.